Well, he's a keyboard maestro, bringing music to every corner of Charlotte, a one-man music movement. Carolina Impact's Chris Clark takes us inside the life of the man hitting all the right notes.
When people realize that there's a live musician there, then that's just a great way to connect.
He's different things to different people.
One of the best musicians in the city.
He does it all over there.
He's amazing.
Part-time teacher, part-time hype man and musician, but a full-time entertainer. Whether he's rocking a crowd of 8 or igniting the energy of 8,000, it's not really a party until Greasy Keys shows up. On top of the world now, but just like AC/DC said,
It's a long way to the top if you wanna rock and roll.
Jason's journey was no exception, and it began in Greenville, South Carolina. With an older brother strumming melodies on a guitar and cousins keeping rhythm on bass and drums, it was only a matter of time before he stepped into the symphony of music himself. But while the strings called to the others, his path was destined for the keys.
My mom would sometimes sit down and play the old Heart and Soul, you know, the lower part. Dun, 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 dun. Just one day, just bored, I sat down at the piano and started to pick it out.
At 11 years old, he couldn't even read sheet music, but he had a gift. He could listen, feel the melody, and let his fingers bring it to life, which was more than enough.
We had a little family band. So a lot of our weekends were spent jamming everything from like the Rolling Stones, Faces, a lot of early classic rock, Allman Brothers, a lot of Southern rock, Lynyrd Skynyrd.
As the years passed, his talent blossomed. At 20, he made the leap to Charlotte, spent his days connecting with musicians as a clerk at Reliable Music, and his nights captivating crowds at local gigs like Smokey Joe's. Music wasn't just a dream anymore, it was his life.
That really helped solidify just my name in the Charlotte music community. And from there, it just continued to kind of snowball.
Greasy's probably the longest standing member in our open mic night, and he just brings a whole new energy to the room and always like captures everybody's attention with his energy.
The Charlotte Checkers saw that spark and wanted to bring it to their in-game entertainment. In 2015, they gave him a shot to be their organist, and he's been the heart of their live music ever since, igniting the crowd whenever the team needs a boost.
I don't know of another American League team that does feature a live organist. We actually have a living and breathing organist that can react live to the game and the situation and with the fans.
Especially that last part. Greasy is a PR person's dream. The Raiders have the Black Hole, and Cleveland has the Dog Pound, but at Bojangles Coliseum, nestled behind the organ setup is a collection of seats affectionately now known as the Grease Pit.
We would have season ticket holders who were there every game, who would make time to come over. It's become, like a very rowdy, sort of extra hype section of the Coliseum.
It's like a party at a hockey game. You come for a hockey game and you get a concert. How could it be any better?
And where did that nickname Greasy Keys come from? Well, no wild stories here. A legend was born, not in chaos, but in creativity. You see, Jason needed something that captured his style and, more importantly, stuck in every inbox.
GreasyKeys@yahoo.com was my very first email handle. Because I didn't want to be Jason Atkins 12345 at Yahoo. Just to kind of just set myself apart. It just sort of encapsulated my style and my mental approach when playing. And fans just love to scream it out.
So do the kids. Greasy Keys is a highly requested Checkers team ambassador. His larger-than-life personality turns a routine event into a spectacle. At career day, he leaves kids starry-eyed, and the poor souls who have to follow wondering how they're going to compete with this one-man concert.
It was awesome. This was a big surprise. We didn't realize he was coming today. And so having him in the room is really fun. The kids love it.
And the teachers get into it right along with him. Not the only time anyone has an issue. That's the rare occasion he has to miss a night. He leaves some clown-sized shoes to fill. I mean, there's Lively, and then there's Greasy Keys Lively.
The fill-in organist came in. No offense to them, they were awesome, but they weren't Greasy Keys. It's one thing to have a live organist, but it's completely another beast to have Greasy Keys and his personality and all the quirks and the fun that he brings to the position.
Whether it's setting the tone for a Checkers game, getting the Cannonballers or Knights crowd on their feet, or inspiring the next generation of musicians, he's more than an entertainer. Greasy Keys is an experience. For Carolina Impact, I'm Chris Clark.